First freeze is almost here, and homeless campers are off the streets near downtown Bloomington. Good Tuesday evening. I'm Tyler Lopez. In our top story, the city followed through with plans to close the homeless encampment on Mission Drive. With a look, here's Taylor Fleming.
Tyler, at noon today, the majority of the encampment had already been cleared out. Members of Eastview Christian Church and friends of those who had lived in the encampment were helping to get the final belongings away from the site. The homeless encampment in the Eastview Community Center parking lot in Bloomington has been closed down in compliance with city plans to have it clear by Tuesday. The city says the plan was always for the encampment to be temporary, which is why the decision was made to close it. Robert Gomerez is housed, but his girlfriend lived in the encampment.
Not a lot of people have nowhere to go, so they're all lost right now. Don't know where to set up, don't know. They're just thinking about sleeping on the streets sometimes or going to the plasma center.
Eastview did promise $50,000 to help with the transition for many to the Salvation Army. They said they will try to be part of long-term solutions when they can. Some of the encampment's homeless were able to get housing or get connected with family members that can shelter them. Others will shelter at the Salvation Army, which is working with the city to provide additional space for people to stay. On Tuesday, 25 News spoke to the city manager.
The technicality that was holding up the Salvation Army from expanding its capacity tonight was the fact that they did not have additional carbon monoxide detectors and smoke detectors. The city went out and purchased those, and we are providing those detectors to the Salvation Army today.
Home Sweet Home Ministries shelter is at capacity with a 50-person waiting list. Those who cannot get a space in shelters have moved to other encampments in the Bloomington area.
Just because it's not as visible as it has been for the past year with this encampment, we can't think that we have solved anything at this point in time. We have not yet solved this crisis, and we need to remain committed to doing so.
Last month, the city declared an emergency to waive city building code regulations so the Salvation Army could expand its capacity. Back to you, Tyler.
All right, Taylor, thank you. We have more local news coverage anytime you need it on our website, 25newsnow.com, also the 25 News app or the Smart TV streaming app.